So, as we start here, we're looking at Algebra 1, quarterfinal review, 1 through 20. What we get through is what we get through. So if you guys talk or you mess around and we don't get covered what we need to get covered, that's it. That's the game. That's what you have to study from. Okay? So the better you are, the more you pay attention, the more engaged you are, the quicker we'll move through this, the more content you'll have to look at tonight before your quarterfinals. That makes sense. Okay? So we're going to look at the questions that you guys have. Okay? So I wouldn't care what anybody else thought. If you got a question wrong and nobody else got it wrong and you need to see it, we're going to cover it. Okay? Now, if nobody speaks up, I'm not going to pull it out of you. If you don't care, I don't care. Does that make sense? All right, question number 1. Anybody need to see it? Yes? Okay, question number 1. And Maggie, can you see the board okay? And she's muted. Okay, so we have something like 5/8 squared, right? Okay, what we do with this is the same as 5 squared over 8 squared. Okay, so what is 5 squared? 25. 25 over 64. What was the correct answer? 25 over 64. What are we doing differently than that? Did we just do 5 squared over 8? What other answers did we get?
I did 5/8 0.8 squared.
Okay, so you squared just 0.8. Okay, and that what gave you, what did it give you?
It gave me 64 out of 100, which would be 16/25.
Okay, it didn't give us the right answer, right? Okay, does this make sense? Do we know what to do with this? Okay, good. So we've answered a question. Okay, number 2. Now, granted, you had what, 21 questions on your review? Okay, do we need to see number 2? Right, you guys have this in front of you, correct? Right, can you guys see the questions? Okay, nobody needs to see number 2? Anybody? Going once, twice, 3 times? Okay, we don't need to see number 2. All right, number 3. Okay, it's a simplify. Yes? Okay, so in fact, what I might do is let's pull it over here, and it might be easier to talk about it actually looking at it. Okay? All right, and I doubt this is going to let me write on it. It might. Oh, there we go. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to distribute the 4 to each of those 2 terms, correct? Yep. All right, so you got 4x to the 5th plus, what, 24x to the 5th minus 32b squared, right? What's the next step? Okay, what's 4 plus 24?
28.
Okay, x to the what? No. Okay, because that's not multiplication going on between them, I don't do anything with those exponents. What I treat that x to the 5th like is just like it's just a variable, okay? It's like saying 4 apples plus 24 apples. Okay, we don't change the apples, we don't change the brand of the apple or anything like that. It just stays x to the 5th. Okay? And then minus 32b squared. Okay? So yeah, I'm guessing that the mistake was we're so used to working with bases that have different exponents, and we're going to add them together, or we're going to multiply them, or something along those lines, that we just think that something has to happen there. Not when we're adding and subtracting. Okay, that's only when we're multiplying or taking to another power. Okay? Does that help? Okay? Let's see. So can I erase this? All right. All right, let's continue to scroll down. What about question number 4? Yes. Okay, order of operations is our big thing here. Okay. Order of operations, PEMDAS. What's the P? Parentheses. So what's the first thing that we do here? 2 plus 1 is 3. So I got 12 divided by 3 times 3 squared minus 1. Okay, no longer have any parentheses. What's next on Babbitt? Exponents. 3 to the what? 3, so 3 times 2, right? 6? No, that's a common mistake though, isn't it? All right, so it's 3 times 3, which is what, Chance? 9. Okay, so I got 12 divided by 3 times 9 minus 1. Okay, PEMD, right? What's MD? Multiplication division, right? But it's not multiplication first, then division. It's multiplication and division, left to right. So which do I do first? Division. What's 12 divided by 3, Chance? 4 times 9 minus 1. What's 4 times 9? 36. 35. Okay? Do we know what mistakes we might have made there? Okay, so we're identifying those things, we're fixing them. Okay, we will erase and move on. Okay, okay, 5A we've kind of already talked about, but do we still need to see it now that we have fixed it? Okay, yes? Okay, so again, order of operations, P, okay, parentheses, but here I've got a case where I've got a set of parentheses or brackets and parentheses inside of that, okay? So I'm always going to go to the innermost set of parentheses. I'm going to handle that first. So what do I do first, Camden? Camden, this is your question. 7 minus 5 is 2, so I'm going to bring everything else down. 4 plus 2, okay, I got brackets, I got a square here still. So you end up deciding you drop the plus, and so you're going to take 4 times 2 and get 8 instead of 4 plus 2 where we get 6. So, okay, just keep going here though. Okay, what's next? 6 squared is what?
6 times 6 is
No. 36. You're thinking of 6 times 7. 6 plus 36 is 42. So you might have been thinking of the final answer. I don't know, but okay. So we understand this. Just wanted the left. Okay, we good there? Okay. And Maggie, stop me if you have a question. Okay. Okay, 5B. Anybody need help with 5B? No. Okay, order of operations still. What did we get? Something like 106? 106. Okay, so then we take answers from 5A and 5B. Okay, 42 is going to be smaller than 106, so I should get 1 here, right? 42 less than 106. Right? Okay, so anybody need 5C? We have it now. Okay, and I apologize to everybody that's kind of to my right because I'm left-handed, so I'm going to be kind of angled this direction. So if my right side of the room people have questions, please stop me, okay? Or if I'm in your way and you can't see. Okay, 6. Anybody have issues with 6? Yes. Okay. All right. So we've got a set of brackets, right? And we have an inner set of parentheses here on number 6. But I also have multiple operations in that set of parentheses. Which one do I do first? I divide first. So okay, so you accidentally subtracted first. Okay, but let's go ahead and work it through. 45 divided by 5 is 9, so 13 minus 9 though, right? Okay, 13 minus 9 plus 3, and I'm going to have to square that final answer. Okay, what's next? 13 minus 9 is 4, So I got 4 plus 3, which is in the set of brackets squared. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7's in brackets squared.
7 squared is
49. I'm guessing 49 is the correct answer there. Okay.
I did the same thing for 8.
Did the same thing on number 8. You see how important order of operations is to us, right? It's vital to us being able to get these questions right. Did you have a question? It marked it wrong. Okay, it marked 49 wrong. It has it here listed as a correct answer. Did you type in 49? It didn't mark it wrong. See how it says 1 out of 1? It's marked correct. I don't know why it has an X there, but it's correct. It gave you credit for it. Okay? Okay. So let's see, that was 6, 7? 7. Okay? All right. Remember, the more messing around we do, the less we cover, right? And you can end up taking away everybody else's ability to get the lower, the last questions done because I'm distracted talking to you. Okay? All right. Zach, all right, you want to take a look at this? Let's see. So we have a set of brackets here. Okay, we have a set of parentheses over here. As I look at it, it's just kind of a lot, so I need to make those brackets a little bit easier to see. Okay, what would you do first?
You do the parentheses inside the bracket.
Okay, do the parentheses inside the bracket. So 4 plus 6 is what? 10. So we've got 5 brackets, 14 minus 10 brackets plus 4, 6 times absolute value of negative 5. Okay, go ahead.
Then you do the parentheses on the right.
You can do that, sure. Go ahead.
6 times the absolute value of negative 5 would be 30.
Okay, so you're kind of doing two things at once because you're saying 6 times the absolute value of negative 5 would be 30. So what you're doing at the same time is you're going ahead and telling us that it's 6 times 5 because the absolute value of a number is positive. And so just so that we're seeing every step take place here, okay, we're seeing that 30 come about that way, correct? Okay.
Then you would do the 14 minus 10 to get 4.
Okay, 14 minus 10 is 4, plus 4 times 30. Okay, what's next?
5 times 4 for 20.
Okay, so you got 20 here, 20 plus. Can we go ahead and do the 4 times 30?
120.
Okay. Okay, 20 plus 120?
140.
140. Okay, so do you know what mistake you made? Okay. All right, so still good for everybody to see, though. Okay? Again, lots of order of operations here. Anybody have any questions before we move off of that? Okay? Okay, let's see, let's come down to 8. Okay, so I got a couple of guys up here. We'll kind of switch back and forth between my two boys up here. All right, Hunter, why don't you tell me what to do first?
You multiply 12 and 2.
12 and 2, good, because we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents, so we're going to move to multiplication division furthest to the left. So we got 64 minus what? 24 divided by 3 plus 6. Zach, what's after that?
You do 24 divided by 3.
Okay, 24 divided by 3 is what?
That would be 8.
Okay, so I got 64 minus 8 plus 6. Okay, Mr. Lewis?
64 minus 8 is 56.
Six.
What I did wrong is I accidentally subtracted 64 and 8 and added 8 and 6. That's what I did wrong.
You said that you subtracted 64 and 8
And
and then added 8 and 6. So you used 8 twice, is what you're saying? Okay. So 64 and 8, you told me, is 56. Okay, 56 plus 6 should be what, 62? Okay. All right. Zach, do you know what kind of mistake you might have made?
I did the steps.
Just did the steps wrong. Okay. All right. Okay, number 9. An experiment. Anybody need to see 9? Guys, I'm about to pause. I'm about to choose some people out. Do I need to do that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that with some other students where you got it right, but it's given an X next to your answer. I'd say that it's counted it as correct because it's going to give you like what, 1 out of 1. It's showing that. I don't know why it's putting an X next to it. It is strange. But anybody need to see number 9? Nobody in the room? Okay. How about you, Maggie? Okay. All right, so we'll move from number 9. We'll come down to number 10. We've seen questions like this show up before. I think at least on maybe the last 2 tests. We've seen it on 2 tests before this. Now it's on our quarterfinal. Do you have any questions about number 10? Yes? Okay. All right, so let me read it. An experiment consists of rolling 2 fair number cubes. That's why we have a white one and a black one. The diagram shows the sample space of equally likely outcomes. So this is every possible outcome represented here, okay? All right, we want to know what the probability that the total shown on both number cubes is greater than or equal to. That's the tricky part here. Or equal to, greater than or equal to 11, okay? So we're going to count them up, okay? Anything where I add them up and I get something greater than or equal to 11. Yeah, I'm not going to get anything from the first row, right? Because I can go all the way down here and 1 plus 6 is 7, right? Okay? I come down here, my 2's won't work because the greatest thing I'm going to get is 2 plus 6 is 8. So nothing in that row is going to work, right? I can come down here, 3 plus 6 is 9. I'm not going to get anything greater than that. Okay. 4 plus 6 is 10. So there's nothing in any of those first 4 rows, right? Okay. But as I come down here, right, 10 plus or 5 plus 5 is 10. That won't work. But 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, correct? Okay. So I know 5 plus 6 will work. I also have another 5 plus 6 over here. So equal to 11, correct? Or greater than. All right, so could I also get 6 plus 6 is 12? Okay, so what I have is I know that I have 3 that will work, correct? How many total are there? 36. Okay, and we know that because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here. So there's 6. And what, 6 across? Right, and 6 by 6 is 36, or you could simply count them. So we know we've got 3 over 36, but 3 over 36 is probably not my answer, is it? No, because it has to be reduced. All right, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Okay, I should get 1/12. Does that make a little bit more sense? Okay. All right. All right. Let's keep coming down. Number 11. Number 11. All right. Big number of people. Okay. The students in the astronomy club are selling snacks to raise money for a planetarium field trip. If they sell M muffins at 45 cents a piece and in bags of carrots at 20 cents a piece, the total number of dollars raised are going to be this equation right here. So actually take all that information and they plug it into an equation for you, right? Okay? How many dollars will they raise if they sell 180 muffins and 160 bags of carrot sticks? So all I have to do is what? Substitute, right? T equals 0.45 times what? What number or what letter represents muffins? M. How many muffins did we sell? 180 plus 0.2 times N. N is carrot sticks, right? Okay, so I'm going to sell 160 of those. Okay, now I just multiply. What's 0.45 times 180? 81. Let me double check. Okay, 0.45 times 180. 81. All right, so we got $81 in muffins, and what? 0.2 times 160, right? 32. So T equals 81 plus 32. T equals 113. Did we get it counted wrong and it should have been right? Or did anybody put in 113? Did you get it right? It counted it as wrong. You put in 113 and it counted it right? Oh, did you put in a dollar sign? Uh, you wrote dollars out? Okay, so my guess is on this, if you have 113, it's correct, but let me warn you right now that if you don't either use the word dollars or the symbol dollars, it's going to get counted wrong on the quarterfinal, and I'm not going to fix it for you. Okay? Do you hear me? Did everybody hear me? All right, I don't want any complaints tomorrow when you take your quarterfinal and you get the right number, but you're not going to get credit for it because you didn't apply the unit that we're working with. Does that make sense? Okay? Because in the real world, we have to work with real units. Okay? So make sure that you are either typing dollars or using the dollar symbol there. Okay? All right. We all heard that. We all made that note on our review somewhere. Make sure that you type it out. So you guys have the right work with the 113, but it didn't get counted right because we have to have dollars in it. Okay. Now, it might have counted it wrong if you wrote dollars. Okay, I would count it right. I would go back and fix that. Okay? Yes. Yeah, we're moving on to number 12. Okay. Fitz has a total of 250 planks. Denjiro paints P planks each day. We want to write an algebraic expression for how many days it will take Denjiro to finish painting the fence. Okay, so we would start, I'd probably get like y equals, we have a total of 250 planks, right? We want to know how long it's going to take him to paint the fence. So he has, starting with 250. Each day he paints a plank. Are we adding planks or are we subtracting planks? Subtracting planks. So we are subtracting, okay? Let's see. He paints P planks each day, right? Okay. All right. Oh, okay, so I see what we're saying here. Really what we should have then is if it's P planks a day and we have 250, it should be 250 divided by P, right? That's going to tell me how many days it's going to take.
I put 250 divided by P
equals days.
Is that right too?
I would say that that's correct. Did it get counted wrong? All right, let me see what the answer comes out to. It's just 250 divided by P. If you wrote 250 divided by P equals days, I would go back through and I'm going to count that as correct. Okay? But what we have to have is we have to have 250 divided by P. Okay? You have everything what? Oh, that's 250 times P though, right? So that's going to give us a lot more days. We want to divide by that. Okay? Does that clear it up for us? All right. What about 13? Nobody on 13? Maggie on 13? Okay. All right, 14? Nobody on 14? Yes on 14? Okay, 14. April is simplifying the expression 15x plus 5 times 3 plus x. The table shows her work. Which of the following is the first incorrect? The first incorrect step in April's work. Okay, well this is the question, right? So you can't get wrong there. All right, what should we do? In fact, this is probably the best way of doing a question like this is let's just ask ourselves, what would we do first? Distribute what? Okay, 5 times 3 and 5 times x. So I get 15x plus what? 15 plus 5x. All right. What did she do?
She didn't distribute X.
She didn't distribute the 5 to the x, right? She just distributed the 5 to the 3. So which step was she wrong on? Step 1. Okay? So this is how you're going to show your work on the test. Okay? Is solve the question like you would solve the question. Okay? All right, any other questions on 14? No? Okay, now she may have made other mistakes from there, but honestly, we're only concerned with the first one because any mistake she makes after that is a byproduct of the very first mistake she made, right? Okay. All right, 15. Okay, anybody on 15? No, just distribute, right? We're not going to combine any like terms because they're going to be different exponents on those y's, correct? Okay, what about 16?
Yes.
16. All right, just combine like terms, right? What's 8z? What is the like term with 8z? Negative 7z. It would be the same thing as 8z minus 7z. You got to take the thing with it. Okay, so what's 8z minus 7z? 1z or just z. All right, what else do I have? 10 and what? Negative 5. What's 10 minus 5? Okay, positive 5, right? So you could have your answer as z plus 5 or 5 plus z because both are positive. If you put 1z, that's fine. That won't affect it. And if it does count it wrong, again, that's what I spend my time doing after you submit, is go through your typed in answers to make sure that if it's an equivalent answer that's acceptable, I go in and I count it as correct. Okay? All right. All right, 17? Yes. Okay, again, like terms. All right, is 7x squared a like term with 7x cubed? No, okay, because they do not have the same exponent. So 7x cubed is like with what? What's 7x cubed and 2x cubed? 9x cubed, very good. All right, I've got 3z and what? Okay, 3z minus 2z is what? Okay, plus 1z. Okay, and then I just have what left over?
7 squared.
Plus 7x squared. Now, it doesn't say that this has to be in standard form, but what we should have is 9x cubed plus 7x squared plus 1z. So there's multiple different acceptable answers there. If your answer is one of these, okay, it would be counted as correct. Yes? How do you write it in there? Okay, so let me tell you how you're going to type it in. You're going to write 9x caret 3. Okay, do you guys know how to type in the caret? Shift 6. Okay? Shift 6. Okay, let me see what a short answer is on this. Yeah. Do you see how to do it? Yes. Go ahead.
Can't you combine 9x to the power of 3 plus 7x?
No, you cannot. You cannot add those terms. They are not like terms because they have different exponents. You could, if we were multiplying them, we could get, what would that be, like 63x to the 5th? But I cannot add terms, even if they both have an x. If they have different exponents, they are not addable or subtractable. Okay? Did you figure out? But you didn't type it in, right? Because did you just not know how to put exponents? Well, you used different variables. You used r instead of x. Yeah, that would make it wrong. But if you have it right on your paper, then that's the thing, because on quarterfinal day tomorrow, you're going to hand in a paper with it, right? So I'm going to look at that paper as well, okay? So if you make a mistake on the test, but it's right on your paper will always supersede what it is that you typed in, okay? Which is why I make such a big deal about make sure that you write down all of your answers. Because if you select the wrong thing, because that happens a lot, somebody gets the right answer on their paper, but then they click the wrong box, and it gets counted wrong. But if you have the right thing on your paper, I will go over it, and I will say, this is correct. Do you hear me? But if you don't have anything in that box, then I can't change it. Does that make sense? Or if you have very little in the box, okay? Which is why I tell you, show all of your work. If you put it in a calculator, show it to me. If you did it in your head, show it to me. I don't care if you need 3 extra sheets of paper, okay? Show me. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, hopefully we've got this question cleared up. And we know how to type in exponents, correct? Shift 6, and then your exponent number. Okay? 18. Choose all ordered pairs that are solutions. Yes or no? Yes, need to see it? Okay. So in this, right, y is, we do know that these are y values, correct? Right? Those are y values. Okay, so notice that my x values, I got a 1, a 2, a 2, a 3, a 3, right? I got a 25, a 27, and a 28. Okay, I only need to do this question once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So I might have to do it 7 times, okay? But I can't get both 1 is 25 and 1 is 26. Let me explain. All right, y equals 18 times 1 plus 7. 18 times 1 is 18. What's 18 plus 7? 25. Okay? So that's correct. This is not. Okay? So I'm going to plug in my x values and see what they come out to. Okay? I don't have time to look at it. Like I said, we chewed up our time. So this is, you have the first 18 to look at. Okay? Nope, that's your review to study from. So we're stopping right there.